stories of missing people always leave a lot of questions in minds? In 2018, a young man disappeared in a small village in Norway. There are many strange moments in this mysterious disappearance that no one understands. Let's examine this case together. Enjoy watching. Odin Jacobsen was 18 years old and living with his father and mother in a small Norwegian village. At around 5:30 p.m. on November 17th, his mother took him to training in the nearby town of Trondheim. She told him the bus time so he could go home later and offered to take him if he couldn't catch the bus. After training, Odin called his mother and said he would not be going home immediately, but instead planned to meet a friend. At around 10 p.m., Ms. Jacobsen received a text from her son. Odin asked her when the next bus home would be. This was the last contact Odin had with his family. Odin did not return home that evening or the next day, and his family immediately contacted the police. When the police started their investigation, the first thing they did was to question the friends Odin was with that night. The young people said that they met with a group of friends in one of the rooms of the Comfort Hotel on the evening of November 17th. According to Odin's friends, they only watched TV, drank alcohol and chatted together. After a while, the group of friends left the hotel and began to wander around the city. As everyone was getting ready to go home, Odin told his friends that he planned to get on the bus and go home. This was all Odin's friends knew. Police found security footage that confirmed the young man's words, but the footage showed that Odin had not taken the bus home. Instead of returning home after leaving his friends, the young man drove around the city for several hours. Several security cameras in the city captured Odin on different streets during his walk. When the police first reviewed the footage, they got the impression that Odin was walking without any specific purpose. His route seemed to be meaningless. One of the footages shows Odin holding a blue bag with his sports clothes and shoes inside. 12 days after Odin's disappearance, a worker found Odin's personal belongings in the city's port. Among the items found were his passport, phone, bank and transportation cards. The strange thing was that all the items were neatly stored near the wall of the warehouse and covered with tree branches. After checking the recovered phone, experts determined that Odin had not contacted anyone else after his last message to his mother. As the phone's battery had run out around 11 p.m., police carefully examined the port area and found new evidence as a result. Police officers found a bag containing trousers, sweatpants, a t-shirt and an Odin hat 400 meters from where the first find was found. Also on the rocks nearby was one of Odin's sneakers. After these findings, the police began to assume that Odin's disappearance could be related to the crime. Odin's family hired a private detective to speed up the search for their son. First of all, the detective decided to check the security camera footage at the port to understand how Odin's belongings got there. When the detective requested the footage from the Port Authority, he encountered a problem. He learned that these cameras only stored video for 7 days and then automatically deleted it to free up space on the memory card. However, since Odin had disappeared 12 days ago when the detective requested the footage, the videos had already been automatically deleted. The detective sent the cameras to experts in the hope of recovering the deleted videos. This process took a long time. As time went by, the police could not find any new clues and the detectives reached a dead end. In April 2019, 5 months after Odin's disappearance, a frightening detail emerged in the investigation of this case. A tourist called the police and said that half-burned clothes were found near Jonsvatnets Lake. This place was 20 kilometers from the port where the last evidence about Odin was found. Police did not tell the media exactly what items were found in the lake. However, Odin's family confirmed that the items found were their son's clothes. In June 2019, 7 months after Odin's disappearance, experts managed to recover deleted footage from cameras in the port. Detectives who checked all the footage found identified the missing young man at some points in the video. One of the images shows Odin holding his blue bag and starting to run. The last image of Odin recorded by the cameras is of Odin passing a white container in the morning. This container was where the police found Odin's belongings. These images are the last known images of Odin. After the footage, no one knew what happened to the young man. The camera at the port captured another very important and strange moment. The footage showed a white car parked next to this container 6 hours after Odin's last appearance. The video shows how a man gets out of the car, looks around and goes behind the container. The man in the footage stays in this place for a few minutes, then leaves the place. The police immediately started looking for this unknown man after the footage. They shared the footage they obtained with the media. With the power of the media, several residents helped find the driver of this car. The police did not reveal the identity of the person found. All they said was that this man was 40 years old. During the investigation, it became clear that this man was a very suspicious person for some reason. When Odin's burnt clothes were found near the lake, the police started looking for witnesses to the incident. They questioned about 130 people living in the area. Among the people questioned was this man whose identity was unknown. During the first interrogation, the police had not said anything significant. After detectives began to recover the harbor footage, they called the man in for questioning again. In the second interrogation, the unidentified man told detectives a strange story. He admitted to the detectives that he had come to the harbor, taken some of Odin's belongings, taken them to the lake and burned them. The detectives never fully explained why he did this. The unidentified man said that when he learned that the items belonged to the missing Odin, he panicked and decided to get rid of them. The detectives checked the man carefully, looking at his house, car, phone and computer, but they found nothing suspicious. After a while, the detectives arrested the suspicious man because he did not say that he burned the items during the first questioning and because he lied to the detectives. A year and a half after Odin's disappearance in June 2020, a new witness has emerged in the investigation. A local farmer reported seeing Odin near his lake on November 19, 2018, 26 hours after he was captured on camera at the port. The farmer said he was loading firewood into the trailer of his car on a forest road at around 8 a.m. At one point the farmer saw a long-haired man in a yellow jacket walking along the road. He was walking with his head down, but when he passed the farmer, he raised his head toward the farmer, smiled and kept walking. The farmer found this strange because the long-haired man was not dressed for a walk in the woods. After about an hour and a half, the farmer finished loading the firewood and headed off in the same direction as the man in the yellow jacket. The farmer expected to see him again, but the mysterious stranger had disappeared. And during the investigation, detectives tried to retrace the route Odin took the night before he disappeared using camera footage. They learned that Odin and his friends left the hotel at 4:40 in the morning. The young people stood next to the bank for a minute and then walked a little down the street. During their walk, a group of friends were caught on camera twice, at 4:42 and 4:48. This morning at 5:09 the camera caught Odin. But this time his friends were not with him. The next time Odin was seen by cameras was at 5:28, 5:29 and 5:30. Continuing his walk, Odin headed north towards the water channel, where he was seen by cameras 3 times at 5:35, 5:37 and 5:39. Detectives combined all of these time points on a map and found the approximate route of Odin's walk. However, it was not yet possible to know for sure that Odin had visited the backstreets. This young man had told his friends before leaving that he planned to take the bus home, but Odin didn't go to the bus stop. Detectives learned that since it was Sunday morning, the buses didn't start running until 9 a.m. Detectives suggested that Odin had been walking around the city to kill time while waiting for the bus. Which actually made sense since Odin's phone battery was dead, so he might have made that decision to avoid getting bored. Odin crossed the water channel over the bridge and arrived at the port at 6:01 in the morning. His passport, cell phone and cards were found behind this building, and the footage shows Odin leaving the side of the building where his belongings are located. Detectives claim that for some reason the young man voluntarily left his belongings there and hid them neatly under the leaves. The last video of the missing young man was seen passing by a white container containing some clothes. Detectives had many unanswered questions in their minds because of this footage. Some of these questions were, why were the items left in this particular place, why was only one pair of sneakers found, and why did Odin throw his clothes in the bag from his blue bag? Detectives never found the blue bag belonging to Odin and the other items inside. I am curious about your opinions about this mysterious story. Please state your opinions or theories in the comments section, and you can support me by subscribing to my channel, liking the videos and commenting for more videos like this. See you in the next video.